And I looked down at the water and it was like really red from all the blood in the water. Then I started paddling in with one arm.
And I got to her and somehow I got behind her and I pushed her into, a little wave came and I pushed her into it, and my son, Byron, happened to be able to catch the same wave and rode it in with her.
Byron pulled me in a ways, and then Holt took over near the end of the reef.
But they're still more than 200 yards from shore and have to get through the surf and over a reef before having any chance to get help.
I grabbed onto Holt's shorts, and then he's like, keep on talking, keep on talking.
Because if she passed out, she wouldn't have made it.
Finally, they reach the shore. The bite in her board shows just how lucky Bethany is to have even made it out of the water.
Was there ever a moment that you started to panic?
Not really. I think I figured out that, like, if I panicked, then things wouldn't go as good as if I was calm. Like, I was praying to God to rescue me and help me. And then I had this one pretty funny thought, I think. I was like thinking, I wonder if I'm gonna lose my sponsors.
The combination of this uncommon grace under pressure and a tourniquet Holt tied with a surf leash on shore probably saved her life. Bethany is rushed to Wilcox Memorial Hospital. Incredibly, the same hospital where her father, Tom Hamilton, is about to have routine knee surgery that very morning. Just moments from the operation, a frantic message is brought to the doctor. An injured surfer is coming. Tom knows his daughter was out surfing. He fears the worst.
Dr. Ravinsky, he went out to check on it. When he came back in, he was crying. And just by the look on his face, before he even told me, I knew it was my daughter, Bethany.
I was crying because I knew it was Bethany. I knew how it would affect Tom. And it's the hardest news you can share with another parent.
They had to roll me out of my upcoming surgery, and she replaced me in the same operating room. I just prayed to God that she'd survive.
The situation was urgent.
How much blood did she lose?
At that point, she had lost half her blood volume.
Half her blood volume?
Her mom, Sherry, got the call and raced to her child, thinking it was just a bite.
I go, well, how is she? How bad is the wound? Because I thought it was just this massive wound. And he goes, what? You didn't know?
You know, she was hooked up to IV and oxygen mask on, and I noticed right away that her arm was missing. That was hard. But just knowing she was alive brought me a lot of comfort.
It could have been worse.
Very much so. I gave her a hug and I just stood by her and looked at her and was just grateful that I still had her.
So many were so sad for this golden child. All they could see was a promising career now over, a beautiful young girl forever scarred. But that's not how Bethany sees it.
Well, it's not that bad. I mean, it's okay. Some people are like, gosh, that's the worst thing that could ever happen. But to me, like, getting like a bad disease is pretty bad too, you know?
Within days, Bethany started taking the first steps toward recovery. The power of positive thinking would prove more potent than any shark. She was visited by family friend Mike Coots, who 5 years earlier had lost his leg in a shark attack.
Did it hurt when he bit you?
No, did it hurt you? Didn't hurt at all,
Not at all. Like, not even when I was like coming in.
Yeah, I didn't even feel my leg come off at all.
I know.
Thankfully, Bethany is right-handed, and she's learning to do things with one hand. Since the surfer girl left the hospital, there have been some tough moments, adjusting to the physical and emotional effects of the attack. As the story of her injury and, more importantly, her attitude spread, hundreds of well-wishers stopped by with cards, flowers, and stuffed animals, all to support the girl who refuses to quit. And then there was the matter of the shark. Is it still out there? Would it attack again?
That black buoy.
Ralph Young is a friend of Bethany's parents and a man who knows how to catch sharks.
This shark had been coming through the break very close to people for 5 or 6 days.
So Ralph Young set a trap.
So where'd you lay the bait, Ralph?
That black buoy, just about 50 feet off the reef where they're surfing.
Right next to the surfers?
Just 50 feet away.
And the next day, Ralph caught a massive tiger shark, close to 1,400 pounds, nearly as big as his boat. Is this the giant that may have mistaken Bethany for a sea turtle, one of their favorite foods?
Just because it's a big shark, what gives you confidence that this may be the shark that attacked Bethany?
When we took the outline of the bite in the board and compared it to the jaws that I've got, it fits perfectly.
Perhaps some closure, but for Bethany, the shark attack is a thing of the past. Now she is all about getting back on her feet, back with her family, and amazingly, back in the water. To think just 3 weeks ago, Bethany barely cheated death from the jaws of a shark, and yet it is she who's keeping everyone's spirits high.
Well, I think that I should just have a positive attitude towards these new challenges coming up, and if I have a bad attitude, then it's not really going to make anything better. So,
Do you feel that for yourself you need to come back? You need to get back into the water, back on a board?
well, if I don't get back on my board, I'll be in a bad mood forever.
You think you're going to surf again?
I think. I know. I'm going to surf again.
Thanksgiving is almost here, and it will be a special one for the Hamilton family. More than ever, they now know just how much they have.
I think we're all very thankful that I'm still here, and I think that we'll definitely have a thankful Thanksgiving.